This course, just like most computer science courses, is going to be very intensive in programming. There will be meetings every week on Thursdays at 6 p.m. But before each meeting, I will be posting online lectures, which you must watch. You must also read assigned sections from the textbook or other readings, and then take a quiz before coming to class. It will be due the night before class time. And I will not repeat the stuff in the online lectures during the class meetings. I expect that all of you have watched those videos and are familiar with the concepts. You may not have understood everything, in which case you should come up with a bunch of questions that you want to ask in the meetings, in the synchronous meetings, and you should be fully participating in the proceedings. During the question answer session, which probably would last 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, it depends on how many questions you have. I don't expect you to use your video, and you should mute yourself when you are not asking questions or making comments. But after we clarify any topics, we will proceed to doing what I call class exercises. There will be a set of questions for you to solve, and you must do this in groups. So your group may have typically 4 people. You will be put into a breakout room. You must have your audio and video on while doing this work. Since we have like 32 students or so in the class, I'll be limited in the amount of time that I can give to individual groups. So I expect you to work together in solving the problems and entering your answers into a quiz on D2L, and it may be partially or fully graded automatically. It depends on the questions, it depends on the particular class exercise. These class exercises are only available during class time, and you have to be logged in with audio and video if you wish to get credit. So if you don't come to class, or if you don't use your audio and video, you are not going to get credit for it. So please make sure that you follow these principles. These class exercises will not be recorded, but I will try to record the question answer session. I will try to remember to do that. If I forget, please remind me. There are 3 individual programming assignments, and the purpose is mostly to do some review, but there will be also some new topics coming into the assignments. And while you are doing class exercise, please don't ask questions about assignments, because I cannot, or at least long questions on assignments, because if I start doing that, I will not be able to spend enough time for every group to answer their questions on those problems. But there will be opportunities for you to ask questions on assignments, I promise that. As I said before coming to class, you should have completed a quiz. Never forget that. There will be 3 exams. The dates are given here. And on the nights of the exams, there will be nothing but exams. There are 2 group projects, and each group will probably have 4 members in it. And In the past, there have been lots of issues within groups from time to time. Some people find that others aren't contributing enough, etc. So this semester, I'm introducing a new idea. Every week, starting the sixth week, I will be meeting with each group for about 15 minutes. And you will be asked questions about where you are with respect to the project, how much each person is contributing, what their responsibilities are, and all that, and see if there are any issues cropping up. So the idea is to ensure that the group work proceeds smoothly. The grade for the course will be based on all these categories: assignments, group projects, class exercises, and home quizzes and exams. So there are 3 individual assignments, no collaboration here, 50 points per unit, 150 points, 2 group projects, 100 points each, 200 points, and so on. So you can also see this column here. You are required to get at least these many points for each one of these categories. For example, for the assignments, individual assignments, you have to get 90 points out of 150. From time, I mean, I have taught this course ever since 2014 when it was designed. And almost in every course, there have been students who did not turn in the first assignment. And if you don't turn in the first assignment, your maximum points is going to be from the second and third assignment. So that is going to be up to 100. And you will have to get 90 out of 100. And a few mistakes here and there, you are out of luck. So don't miss any assignment. Okay. And in the group projects, I expect you to employ the principles that we learn in this class, the techniques we learn. It is not enough to just write any program and expect that you will get a lot of credit. So what do these minimum points mean? How is it employed? First of all, notice that they don't necessarily add up to 680. This is the minimum points in each category. This is the minimum points for the course that you need to get a C minus. Okay. So don't associate these total points with the minimum points for each category. There is no direct relationship. So if you don't get the minimum of 150 for the 3 exams, or if you don't get 120 for the group projects, your grade is not going to be more than a C minus. And if you don't get 90 for the assignments or 60 for the home quizzes, your grade will be 1 shade below what you would have received otherwise. So here is your grade, letter grade based on the total points given here and the minimum points needed for each category. Now there is a little bit of extra credit work possible. There is something called soft skills development opportunity here. There is something called a collaboration and teamwork module. If you complete all the work, you may get up to 50 points that will be added to your total points. So that is about 5%. You should receive, I mean, whatever you receive here will be added to your total points. So you have an opportunity to improve your grade by up to 5%. And on top of that, if you receive 35 points out of 50 and complete a survey and an assessment, you will receive a badge for your work. We will have more opportunity to talk about this in possibly in our second synchronous meeting. So I'm going to postpone a more complete discussion to the second meeting. Then there is stuff about course policies, that is what happens if you miss your work. For example, assignments are due on certain dates and you cannot miss, late work is accepted up to 3 days, but then there is a 10% penalty. But sometimes what happens is you have other obligations that make it impossible to submit things on time. So to take care of those things for assignments, I have a little bit of, I'm allowing a little bit of leeway here. So go through this section and see whether you understand that. These allowances are applicable only to assignments and it can only be used twice. But if you use an allowance once, you will lose 2 points from a bank of 4 points credited to you right at this point. So you should, if you don't use up your allowances, you will get these 4 points added to your total score. Exams should be taken on time or at the assigned time, I mean. You should look at your D2L site from time to time, preferably every day. There are no makeup exams and assignments. And one other thing that is about code documentation, you should document all your programs thoroughly. There is a document under programming assignments called coding standards. Go through that carefully and ensure that you follow every requirement given there. I'm very picky on documentation and code formatting. So make sure that you follow those requirements. There is a bunch of stuff at the end. Of course, there is this schedule which you should go through. And another thing I forgot, that is regarding this special situation that we are all in. I know things are very difficult for many people, and there is a lot of uncertainty about the whole situation. So if things crop up that are beyond your control and you are not able to complete your work, please let me know immediately. Don't delay. If something happens, say in 2 weeks, and don't delay until the end of the semester to say, tell me that something bad happened, therefore you couldn't do your work. I need to know that immediately. Then I could do some adjustments. I might be able to accommodate you. And there is a schedule here, which you should take a look. Okay, we'll try to stick to the schedule to the extent possible, but there may be a little bit of adjustments. And then towards the end, or a good part of the syllabus is standard boilerplate language regarding academic policies and procedures, which you should be aware of. I'm not going to go through them. There is not a whole lot that I need to say, except ask you to read.